All right, guys. So this is gonna be just we do a post-incident analysis for the fire at the Thunderbird Road at the Diggins Restaurant. The two crews are the only ones that are able to be here today. The rest of the crews that were on scene were given an option to listen in due to lack of coverage. So we're just gonna go right into it. 3:26 in the morning, we got a call for smoke coming from Diggins Restaurant on Thunderbird Road. Got dispatched as engine 2, engine 4, and ladder 4. 3:28, all units went en route. 3:30, we got the conditions from dispatch. Had light rain, wind out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. Temperature at 37 degrees Fahrenheit, so fairly cool night. And then the reported conditions from the caller were heavy black smoke and unknown occupancy. 3:38, approximately 12 minutes after the call, engine 2, you went on scene. So you went on scene, just kind of tell me a brief rundown of what you had on scene.
Okay, when we got on scene, we arrived off of Thunderbird Road. I did see heavy smoke coming from the Charlie Delta corner of the structure. I could not complete a 360 due to the size of the structure.
Okay.
So we then deployed an attack line, went in the offensive strategy, and went through the front door of the building.
All right, so that's completely acceptable. You were unable to complete a 360 due to the size. Were you able to, at this time, see where the fire was located from the outside?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So at 3:46, engine 2 established command, and engine 4 went on scene and established water supply for engine 2. At this time, engine 2 decided to split ladder 4 to two crews of 2. They performed search and rescue with one crew, and the second crew was RIT. That was a good use of resources, a good call as a incident commander, mobile incident commander, that is. So engine 4, ladder 4 confirmed the orders. Ladder 4 initiated the primary right-hand search, and engine 4 established the water supply and shut off utilities. That was good on engine 4, doing the utilities without having to be told. I know sometimes we can get caught up with running mobile command. So you made entry on the south side of the structure with 2 personnel. Due to staffing issues, I don't know, 2 personnel is probably what we get most of the time. 3:51, ladder 4 reports fire location at the northeast corner of the structure. So that kind of prompted you where the fire was at.
Yes.
So at 3:51, engine 2 has command still, acknowledges the fire location and requests BC, EMS, and mutual aid. So what prompted you to request for a mutual aid?
It looked like that we had a pretty deep-seated fire, and due to the size of the structure and not 100% knowing what kind of fire load that we had, as well as kind of taking into account some wind factors, I went ahead and requested mutual aid.
Okay, that's good. That's a good call. So we got dispatch BC 19, ISO 19, PA 101, Rehab 1, Engine 5, Engine 6, and Ladder 1. Okay, and 3:53, Engine 2 has command, initiates fire attack, requests Engine 4 pull second hand line for interior attack. So what prompted you to request a second hand line at this time?
Once we started initiating the fire attack, seen that we were able to start knocking it down with one line, but it was going to benefit us greatly in order to get some more water on the fire to hurry up and get it put out.
And then ladder 4 established RIT as soon as they were done with primary search. They confirmed the orders. They made entry. Engine 4 actually made entry once they finished their first assignment. They were reassigned to make entry with a second hand line for interior attack with 2 personnel. So at 356 Battalion, Chief 19 out on scene. assumed Thunderbird Command. Assigned Engine 2 as Interior Division. That's good, since Engine 2 is probably the one with the most knowledge of this fire currently. At any time was there a update or report between BC-19 and Engine 2?
Like I said, I heard BC-19 arrived on location. He assumed command. He requested for a CAN report, and I gave him the conditions that we had and any other resources that we might have needed at the time.
Okay. All right, so it's good. Probably got a CAN report. We can listen to the recordings afterwards if anyone needs to or feels like they want to. Let's see, we've got 358 PA 101 Rehab 1 conducted a 360-degree scene safety inspection, which is good call on their end. The scene is, as the scene continues to evolve, it's good to continue to get some eyes on it occasionally to see for any changing conditions. So at 3:59, the alarm room inquired about a primary search. Out of 4, if you guys are listening, yeah, maybe they didn't receive. So for future reference, if you state that you've completed a primary search, make sure you get feedback from communications on that. That is kind of a benchmark. We need to make sure that gets recorded. Engine 5 went on scene at 0400, along with Engine 6 and Ladder 1. And at that time, ISO 19 established rehab, southwest corner of 88th and Thunderbird Road. Ladder 1 raised the aerial to the roof and attempted vertical ventilation. At 402, Engine 5 attempts to establish Diggins Command and assigns Engine 6 with fire tech. Engine 5, is there a reason why you attempted to take command this time?
I had a communication problem. I did not hear any radio traffic up until I took command.
Okay. All right. So we got to figure out what the issue was. If it was a personnel issue, whatever, with equipment unfamiliarity, or if it's a communications issue with the radios. So we'll have to follow up with your communications and see if we can either recreate or figure out what transpired. So I called and asked you at about 4:03, shortly after, what you guys were doing. Then I had already overtaken command and got no response on the second attempt. So Engine 2 at 04:05 reported fire extinguisher and began an overhaul. So that was approximately 40 minutes after the call came in. So after that, ISO 19 initiated accountability check. Since overhaul's beginning, we have to start taking accountability for everyone that's on scene. And all units reported with a PAR. Except for Engine 5, Engine 6, and Ladder 1. Again, maybe a communication issue with the radios, or maybe a patch on the radio or something. We'll have to follow up on that. So command acknowledged accountability report and questions Engine 5 for a second time. Again, we got no response from Engine 5. So with this time, I decided there's gonna have to be a face-to-face. So at 04:10, Engine 2 completes overhaul and recommends stop loss. Engine 2 is good. You guys were able to complete overhaul. However, this time you've been in the fire over 40 minutes. So next time, maybe consider coming out for rehab, recycle, and assign another crew. That way it gets you to rehab and then also takes you out of the exposure.
Yes.
And your guys don't get over exhausted. And then at 04:22, command decided to do a face-to-face with Engine 5 and clarify scene management. So I guess they made face-to-face and just kind of cleared up things. If you're having any radio issues, make sure you guys, as mutual aid companies, report to a white helmet or scene incident commander or someone that can take it up.
Understood.
0423, command assigns engine 4, engine 2, ladder 4, to resurface apparatus and return to fire department. And shortly after that, command terminates Thunderbird command, and all units would go in service on their own. So overall, this is a great scene. The fire went out, no injuries. We put a good stop on the loss. However, with having radio issues, that's the only big thing, could become a life safety issue. So we got to keep in mind, we always check in and make sure that's a vital part of our scene. So, anybody got any questions?
I'm good, thank you, sir.
Thank you all.